I've never been able to make a video where I get to honestly say, I've just made my morning coffee and I wanted to talk to you about. And I love those videos. I don't know why. I just feel like it's so cozy. And I just love that moment where the person is recording and you can tell, like, yeah, this is probably one of the first things they've done today. And I just always think that that is so cozy. But today is my turn because guess what? I've just made my morning coffee and I wanted to chat with you guys. And it really is a cozy morning because I don't know. It's just like I've got the temperature's a little bit lower, the humidity is lower, so I have the door open. I can hear they're not like cicadas. I don't think there's some sort of bug that's kind of like in the background. It's like very cozy, and I think it might rain later. It rained overnight. So it's just this really cozy morning. And I definitely had some things to catch up with you all about and thought it would be fun to have it be really cozy. Oh, here's the other thing that I wanted to say. I remember being in high school and going to summer camp. Well, I went to summer camp and winter camp with the youth group that I went to. And I remember noticing one time when I thought, like, there's just something really endearing about seeing people like first thing in the morning trying to get up and be like sociable, depending on the person. Some people can be grumpy. It's true. And I, depending how I'm feeling, I can be one of those people. But I just remember one moment that it hit me that it was like the morning and like, you know, when you're at camp, it's like if you want food, you have to be in the cafeteria for breakfast or, you know, whatever we called it. But I remember there was one time when I was waiting with all my fellow youth group campers. And I remember, and it was never like tent camping, you know, it was like campground with like cabins and a lodge and stuff. So I remember sitting out with everybody, just like waiting for, you know, the cafeteria or the lunch hall food place to open so we could eat breakfast. And it was so fun to just like look around at people and like people's eyes look different, you know, where they're kind of like the just woke up eyes, but they're like trying to be social. I always just thought it was like so endearing to look around at these people that I normally knew like in like situations where everyone had already clearly been like up and awake. Either it was like evening youth group or like, hey, we're all hanging out at laser tag or going to a movie or whatever. But it was just kind of like, I just always thought it was very sweet to see people in that state. So anyways, not everybody feels that way. And yeah, I haven't, I mean, I sleep with my mascara on. So I did wipe off a little of the runoff mascara just to be like, you know, presentable. But anyways, I feel, I'm saying that to say like, I feel like one of those people right now where it's like, good morning, I just made my coffee and it's very cozy and quiet outside, and just thought it'd be fun to chat about the different things to chat about. And one thing that I know that not everybody is talking about, I was going to be dramatic about it, be like, everybody's talking about it. A lot of people who create YouTube videos are talking about the recent change with the amount, the requirements it takes to get monetized on your channel. It's been very interesting to see different people's takes on it. So if you don't know, to get monetized on YouTube, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours on your videos within a 365-day period. Well, recently it came out that you, starting February something, you will actually have to have 8,000 watch hours. So, and also it has to do with like your short videos too. They doubled the time, but I don't really focus on short videos. But anyway, it's been interesting to observe. Well, I had my own experience with learning this news. It's been really interesting to observe the internet response, the YouTube response. It's been very fascinating. It's been fascinating to watch these different approaches of some people, I think maybe capitalizing on, hang on, oh boy, sorry, I didn't mean to cough into the, I just woke up, so my voice is still waking up too. So let me just take a sip of coffee real quick. The people we're renting from have chickens, so I think it would be fun if at some point you hear chickens clucking in the background. But I don't know, they're a little bit further out in the yard. But anyways, just a fun, notable thing in case you do hear some interesting animal sounds outside. Anyways, so it has been interesting to observe different people's responses to this. I had my own response, which was, wow, that's a bummer. Like kind of that feeling of like, wow, big tech just moved the, what do you call it? The end post, the goalpost for small creators, because like if you're not, you have to have a lot of views. Like 4,000 watch hours is a ton of watch hours, and changing that to 8,000 it's pretty giant if if you don't have a ton of subscribers. I think it was last year I did a video, I'll link it below, where I talk about like, I actually have already experienced some disappointment with YouTube watch hours because I lost a ton of watch hours, and I won't go into that all again, but that was really discouraging. But I will put a link to that down here if you're curious what that's all about. So I had already had a major disappointment with my watch hours. And then when this thing hit with like, hey, in February, if you don't have 4,000 watch hours, basically by February, then you'll have to get 8,000 watch hours, which is like, oh. So I had my own response, which was like, oh, that's so lame. But then I also remembered, like, you know what? I'm not quitting, because like, I do enjoy making these videos, and I enjoy interacting with my subscribers and viewers. And so I don't have to be monetized in order to connect with people through YouTube. So that hasn't changed, but I do want to know. And I also know that like it takes a ton of views to even make like a pretty good income once you do get monetized. But I will say, it does strike me as interesting. Like I said, different people have different responses in their videos. You have some people who are like capitalizing on the like, oh, everybody's talking about this, so I can get views if I talk about it. So you have that approach. And then you have the approach of like people who are already, one, monetized, and two, have so many views that they're like, they are making a living off of YouTube. But so, and they're trying to like, they're trying to tell people like us or me, or I don't know if you're a YouTuber or not, but they're trying to tell people that aren't monetized yet, they're like, it's really not that much money. So you really, I mean, you have people saying things literally like, I get it, I'd be upset too, but just so you know, like, you don't make that much money. It's only like, and then they'll say a number, and I'm like, if it's like, I only made $30 my first paycheck from YouTube. I'm like, is $30 like not a big deal to you? Like, how nice for you that $30 is like, I'm thinking like $30, like you could like put that towards rent or groceries or gas, or like I it's just so funny to me when people are like, people from a position of, I'm already making a living from this, I need to help you feel better because you really don't make that much money at the beginning, where it's like, okay, how nice for you. And then, but the thing is, they're speaking from a position of already making a living, and then they're telling us you don't make that much money, so this isn't that big a deal, so don't be so upset about it. I'm like, okay. And those are the people I've not paid too much attention to on this. So anyways, so there's the approach of people making videos to capitalize on the moment and get views. There's people who are saying that like they're going to quit. There's people like, it's just so interesting, the different responses to things. And so I did want to chat about it because it does affect me. But I didn't want to like capitalize on the like 8,000 watch hours and like a shocked face on my thumbnail, It's like, I don't know. I felt weird about that. But I did want to talk about it because it does affect me. So it does mean I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. Yay. But not anywhere close to 4,000 watch hours, let alone 8,000 watch hours. So I did want to say, like, I'm not quitting YouTube because here's how I think about it. Like, there are at this point 923 of you out there who have decided that you are interested in what I have to say. I'm like, think of a room filled with 923 people who are like, oh, what's she talking about today? I'm interested. It's like, really? That's awesome. Like, so thank you all for being here, first of all. And second of all, for any who are watching who are like, oh, how nice for you. You have 900, whatever. Even if one person shows up to hear what you have to say, you remember those people. At least I know if I showed up to something, if I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about stuff, and somebody showed up and was like, I'm interested, that person is important. And I need another sip of coffee because of the my voice. That person that shows up, even if you have one subscriber, that is a whole person that has said, like, I'm interested. What are you talking about today? And so I feel like we need to really value those people, and they're important no matter how many, one subscriber or 923 subscribers. Those people are important and they care about what you have to say. And people caring about what you have to say is huge. Like, how many people can say that, like, people are interested in what I have to say? How nice. Like, a lot of people go through their lives feeling like nobody cares what they have to say. So if you have one subscriber, value that subscriber. That would be my advice. And if, of course, if you're feeling burnt out with content creation, like, of course, you don't have to like make videos or keep making videos if you're just exhausted or burnt out. Like, you absolutely don't have to, and people will understand. And if they don't understand, then, you know, that's another conversation. But if you are enjoying making YouTube videos, then I would say, as long as you're not getting burnt out, think of those people who are like showing up, like, oh, yay, you made another video. What's this about? Those people are not, they're not there because you're trying to monetize. They're there because they're interested in what you have to say. Or there's there's something that they're enjoying about what you're bringing. Like, there's a YouTube channel that I discovered, I think it was like last year, or just several months ago. And then I forgot that I had subscribed to her channel, or I just wasn't watching her videos as much. And then recently I rediscovered her videos. I could put the link down below. Her channel is Jess Mason. And her videos are so, speaking of cozy and calm and like making your morning coffee, like that is her vibe of her channel. And I just feel so relaxed. And she has a cat, an adorable, sweet cat that follows her around while she does household projects. And so her videos are super, super calming. So even all that to say, like, I tune into her videos because I'm like, I'm not trying to like learn how to DIY. I'm just very comforted by her videos, and I feel relaxed and calm. And if she, I'm almost guaranteed she's monetized. If she wasn't monetized and then all of a sudden she was like, well, I love making these videos, but there's no way I'm going to get monetized now, so I quit, I'd be like, no, but what about me? I love watching your videos, you know? So all that is a long, long, long roundabout way to say, don't forget about the people that have showed up to watch your videos. If you are still enjoying making videos, remember them. And whether you're monetized or not, they do want to hear what you have to say or watch what you're doing or whatever it is. So that was something else I wanted to point out. I was going to say something else about videos and, well, anyways, that's the monetization chat portion of this video. I also, one second. I also wanted to say, just like you may have heard me mention earlier, like, I'm at 923 subscribers. So I'm looking forward to, like, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a video and talk about my whole YouTube journey and all that. But so that's kind of exciting. That's another update I wanted to chat about. another cozy part of this video will be the book that I am just mere pages from finishing. And I, like I said earlier, I think I said it in this take of the video. Like, I always enjoy watching those people with their, I've just made my morning coffee and I wanted to chat. So I thought about, like, should I finish? See how close I am. I was like, should I finish reading and then make the video? But then the whole morning coffee vibes would not be the same. So I am mere pages away from finishing The Bellmaker by Brian Jacques. And you may have seen me, I'm going to scoot over a little bit so you can see that. Yeah. So I'll link to my last video where I initially talk about this, but this is from the Redwall series. And this is a super cozy, I don't know if you could call it fantasy. Here's how I think I described it in my last video. Think about, like, in the Lord of the Rings with the hobbits and how they're super cozy, they're homebodies, and they have good food, good drink, and a peaceful life. And then evil shows up and it threatens their world and their neighbors. And so they have to go fight the evil. That's what the Redwall series is like, basically, in every book. There's tons of books in this series, but that's basically, if you like that, then you would love the Redwall series. This is book number 6 or 7. I can't remember, but I'm almost done with it, and it did not disappoint. Cozy, like, Brian Jacques is the author, and he describes the food and the drinks and the home and the seasons. But then there's, like, really truly evil villains, and it's like, whoa, and how they're doing battle, and there's warriors and courage. It's so, like, it's done in, like, a really hopeful, uplifting way, even though there are sad things that happen occasionally. It's a very uplifting, if you're looking for something that's a mix of cozy and adventurous and uplifting, I would say read the oh my goodness, Redwall series. You can read them as standalones, but I started with book 1, which is just called Redwall. So anyways, loving that. Yeah, so today is, I think going to be, like I said, a much more cozy day. I think it might rain later, and it's overcast. I've just made my morning coffee. I'm just starting the day, and should be interesting. I'm going to, for sure, definitely on the schedule is to finish that book, and I'll probably start another one. So I should have shown you the one that I was thinking of starting. That's okay. That can come in the next video. But I do want to know if you are a YouTuber, Oh, I hope you heard that rooster crow. It'll be interesting to play it back here and, like, yes, you got to hear the rooster, but maybe you couldn't hear it. I hope you caught that. Because once he starts roostering, he kind of keeps going until, like, somebody pays attention to him. I don't know. If you're not hearing that, you're missing out on some fun. Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, I am curious. Let's see if he does it again. No. Okay. So I am curious if you are a YouTuber. I do want to know your thoughts about the whole increase to 8,000 watch hours. Because there's the other approach people are taking, I've noticed. I forgot to mention this one, is that some people are doing the, like, okay, I just have to get to 4,000 watch hours, so I'm going to burn myself out by making content, and I'm going to make this happen, and I can do this. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm not going to do that, because the disappointment will be even worse if it's like, I worked so hard and I didn't even get my 4,000. Like, no, thank you. I just want to make videos and connect with people and share. That I'm not. YouTube is not worth burning myself out over something like that. So if I get to 4,000 watch hours miraculously before February, whatevereth, I will be overjoyed, of course, but I'm not going to push myself hard for that anyways. So if you are a YouTube creator, I would be curious to see your thoughts on it. How did you process the news? Or is this the first time you're hearing about it? I'd be surprised if that was the case. But I'm going to sign off here soon, because The rooster's just going to keep roostering, and I'll keep drinking my coffee. I'm going to read my book, and feel free to. Speaking of coffee, feel free to check out my Buy Me a Coffee site. You can make either a one-time donation or a monthly. Be part of a monthly membership if you are not on a super tight budget, and also feel free to check out my gratitude journal, the Honest Gratitude Journal. All the links to all the stuff and the videos I mentioned will be in the description. So enjoy your morning whenever you have your next morning. I hope it's a cozy one. And if you're not awake yet, hopefully this rooster will help wake you up. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching.